Yo, 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 it's your boy James acting up. Yet again, acting up. I got a super duper special episode, man. Like, man, I'm surprised this man ain't on a plane right now. Like, to get him right in the crib is crazy. But I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Hood Raised, West Side's finest, international spoken word artist, host, mentor, author, man for the people. When it comes to the words, I'm all about it. What's good, broski?
What's good with you, man? Salute to you, man. Got a little drink for you. You know, I ain't rich yet, so we gotta fuck with this. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know what I'm saying? Jose Cravo. Talk to you.
Salute, King. Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, where you from?
West Side, Holy City, born and raised. 16th to Pulaski, 16th to Hardin, 16th to Ridgeway, 16th to Lawndale. Yeah.
I usually, you know what I'm saying? I don't get a lot of West Side real homies, but you know, you solid though. I ain't gonna lie to you. You solid.
Appreciate that.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
it.
So we gotta ask the chicken question, man.
Mm-hmm.
Which one is better, Harold's or Uncle Remus?
Listen, I understand all you South Siders, and I use South with an F. You South Siders. I'm gonna always roll with Harold's, but you know that's because you ain't had Uncle Remus.
So it's because you a West Sider.
Right.
I get it.
What you gotta do.
I take it. I take it. You know what I mean? But hey, I just so happen to like the sauce at Uncle Remus better. Now Harold's has some decent seasoning. You know what I mean? The chicken is seasoned, but the sauce is better at Uncle Remus.
Okay.
And I like Uncle Raymond's chicken,
I can kind
but
of agree with that.
Harold's mouth sauce it deserves the like Emmy, Oscar.
It's the Chicago staple, isn't it?
I don't know about all that.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Again, that's because y'all Southsiders. You know what I mean? Y'all got that stigma.
I feel you.
You know what I mean?
For sure. Shout out to Marlins though. Shout out to Marlins. Man. Shout out to them. But yeah. So, what high school you went to?
Weston House, bros. You know what I mean? Weston House Warriors.
That's what's up. So how long you been doing poetry?
This is actually my 20th season. 20 years in the game, bro. And I just came to that conclusion because I had to think about it. Like, man, how long have I been doing it? And I remember that my son, my baby boy, he was born a couple weeks after I did my first poem, and he'll be 20 this year. Yeah.
That's what's up. Shout out to him. What's his name?
Armand.
Shout out to him.
Armand, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's all amazing, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. So what got you into poetry?
Well, I've been a lover of words my whole life, like real talk. I've been, hip hop head, grew up Wu-Tang, you know what I mean, classic, all about the bars. But then there was a point where hip hop lost its lure. It became more about the sound to me. I mean, and I ain't gonna knock nobody's artistry or genre. I respect that now. But back then, like there was a point where that Mike Jones, all that, you know what I'm saying? It didn't do it for me. You know what I mean?
Bad example. Mike Jones had bars.
What do you saying, like as far as like sound?
Like it was the emphasis was more on the beat and the sound, and the lyricism had taken a back seat. And around that time, I got introduced to a open mic by accident. I learned about spoken word by accident because I was working with one of my guys. Shout out, bro, Jason Williams. Me and him was working together, and we at work, beating on the table, spitting, having a cipher in the cafeteria or whatever. And we kind of bonded, we vibed, and he was like, man, bro, come check out this open mic with me. And I had no idea what it was because I had never been to one.
Right.
Go in there, then I hear these, I think prior to that, I thought poetry was roses are red, violets are blue, you know what I mean? And I go in, I hear stories about, how I used to be a hustler and I grew into this, or the pain that I dealt with in my life came from this. And I start hearing the transparency, the growth, the trials, tribulations, life. I was like, oh, so this is where the bar's at right here.
Sure.
This is the storytelling right here. And I fell in love with it.
So let's talk about how important open mics are.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people understand how important it is for you to be an artist to really start off at an open mic.
It's the gym. It's the lyrical. It's for the lyrical exercising. It's where you go work out the new materials. Where you go to hone your craft, or it's where you go to get your feet wet to just, you know what? Let me see if I can try it. You know, that's what the premise of what at East Sundays, my open mic. That's where it started. That was the point of it. Me and my partner was just like, man, let's see if we can make some stuff happen. And I was like, I want to have a spot where people get comfortable, because, you know, so many people, I'm sure you've seen it, those people in the audience that can write, they be like, man, I can write, but I ain't get up and talk in front of nobody. I ain't got that in me. And so at ease is for you to come and be like, come on, we're going to encourage you. We're going to show you. We're going to help you. And that's where so many people get their start. You know what I mean?
And you build community too.
Absolutely.
Because I know growing up, like, that's how I got comfortable for sure. Doing that little contest at my college or just open mics. But when you locked in a particular area, now you seeing similar faces over, and now you build a mutual respect
and
for certain artists.
Yes,
now
sir.
you collaborating, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I feel like, don't you feel like it's levels though?
Of course, but
You know what I'm
the
saying?
levels, that's where the levels start.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, you got somebody who's learning, so they gonna come and read from their notebook or read from their phone. And you got people who can freestyle, you know what I mean?
Right.
Or, you know, it's the growth, and then nobody can tell you the best way to tell your story.
That's true.
So like it's all about the personal levels, you know what I mean? And that comes with honing your craft time after time.
When do you feel like you become a feature? That's when you outside of the crowd.
Well, it's unfortunate. This is that dynamic where it's out of your hands, because when you're a featured artist, that's when someone else wants you to come say, hey, we need to shine the spotlight on you, or we need what you bring. So your feature status builds at the open mics, or it builds at somebody seeing you and be like, oh, I like that. I want that as part of the movement I'm creating or whatever.
I think sometimes people bringing features in, do different stuff like you said. I like what you bring. They might see you bringing people. It might be like, shit, I want you to feature because I know you're gonna bring motherfuckers in.
It is a business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's not act like it's not. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can say for myself,
Right.
I don't move like that.
Okay.
I don't move like that, because that cheats the artistry.
That's what's up.
That cheats the artistry. That's the politics of it.
But does it? If you got a lineup of 8 guys before the feature, and people come for the feature, and now you get more people in front of them 8 people, because people are gonna stay to the end. Now, if the feature go first and his people check out, and then everybody left watching each other, but if your feature at the end, you kinda
see, but it's
the ends justify the means, kinda.
That's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when the features are going to bring a crowd, right? They should.
Right.
But that should be the primary focus as to why they're the feature. Like my last show, the one I just had at the beginning of March, it was an all-lady lineup because it's National Women's Month. Now, I could have featured another poet that's a man that would have, brought it. I know he gonna bring 20 people with him, but this wasn't his moment.
That's what it's about.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense for something like that.
Yeah.
My first feature, it might have been like 2 people come see me. I wasn't popping, but they saw me at another event and they liked my stuff and
They
asked me to
appreciated
come
your
out.
talent.
Yeah.
So that's what I said. The art was the primary focus as to why they wanted you, what you brought artistically. And that's how I am. Like, I'm like, I like what you're doing. I like your movement. I like how I think you fit here. So come on, rock with us.
That's what's up.
One more thing too to add, 'cause I'm passionate about this shit too. It helped for some create opportunity. It's some artists that we know and love, like a Chance, who got their bearings and open mics and then featured that enough, and somebody saw him from a label or from from somebody that wanted to invest in them. So it's really just giving you opportunity to work. You know what I'm saying? And get yourself in a better position.
That's right. That's why I will put your open mics with the top. Like, if you want to see talent, you go to this.
Yeah.
You want to see people, and you want to, even if you want to like competition, you want to see where you at level wise. You have to go to these main open mics too. You can't just be seeing you in the crib, you spin your bars. You have to go there to see. Oh damn, this motherfucker! I got to
that's
my
why.
game up.
That's why I said it's where you hone your craft at.
Yeah.
That's where you iron sharp as iron. You know what I mean? Like you don't. People performing for your people, them your friends, they ain't necessarily your fans. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna build your fans by going somewhere when you be like, oh, who is he? Oh, they killed it. Oh, you know what I mean? That's what it's about.
Would you call yourself, because I ain't gonna lie to you, you got one of the top, two of the top main open mics. Would you call yourself as a gatekeeper or no?
Oh, I'm anti-gatekeeping. I don't believe in it at all. Although there are things you have to be able to protect, like you got to protect your certain grounds are sacred.
No one meant to be in a gatekeeper though.
But I'm saying that, but that's what I'm saying. Like he said,
you gotta like rephrase the question to trick them next time to tell the truth, because ain't nobody. Not to say you lying, because I don't get gatekeeper vibes from you, bro. But you gave them an easy out.
Look, you gotta look at it's words could be a different way. So I'm like, the way he's finna explain it is it could mean a good thing to be a gatekeeper. That don't mean it's always
like
bad.
Gatekeeping is being protective of something that's yours. Like you know what I mean? Now, be protective of what you invest in, what you put your heart into.
Exactly.
But I don't believe in blocking opportunities from nobody. Like I'm opposed to that. Like again, my whole premise is to establish opportunities. That's why At Ease is like, again, we named it At Ease because if you walk in, you got stress, we want you to relax, be at ease and chill. So this is your chance to come shine.
Right.
I'm anti-gatekeeping, definitely.
That's what's up. He just spread the words around.
No, I get it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? You want to put them on the hot seat, put them on the hot seat. Do that.
Yeah, I be gatekeeping. Yeah, me. Oh yeah, me. All my friends. I gatekeep them all.
You gotta put that iron on, like you said, iron sharpen iron. No, but so I'm gonna ask you the question. Mm-hmm. Who your top 5 when it comes to poetry?
So, we talking top 5 active in Chicago?
Active in Chicago right now. You see him in the streets, you like.
Am I excluding myself?
No, you can put yourself in there for sure.
Okay, so this is based off the things that I consider to be focused. You got to be talented, got to have a work ethic, got to be how to grind, and you got to be popping. Like you got to be so.
I don't think nobody else gave us a criteria how they base it.
But that's what I'm saying. Just throwing something out there. You know what I mean? Because you know everybody gonna pat themselves on the back. But if we gonna fact check, let's fact check. You know what I mean? Top 5. Based off those things, active in Chicago, it would be Geronimo, Eros, Momentum, myself, and Black Ice.
Okay.
Any of them females?
Well, see, it's females as well. I'm saying you said our top 5 as far as
I was just wondering. I don't know all the names. None of them sounded.
Those were all men based off of, like, again, that was criteria. Now, if we talking my favorites, then that's a different, because then I'm gonna add in the Robin Bobos. Then I'm gonna add in the Authentics, the MVPs. You know what I mean? Like those are also talented go-getters who out here on the grind. Now, again, I'm gonna stand on what I believe in the metrics that I use.
Sure.
Am I seeing you on flyers? Am I seeing you not just at the open mics, but am I seeing you as the featured artist?
For sure.
Are you getting flued out?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Can I look up and be like, oh, you featuring in LA next week? Oh, okay then. Like, and again, when it comes to that, there is the 5 brothers that I named are the ones I know in Chicago that's based and living in Chicago that's putting in the work like that.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I can agree with that. I ain't gonna lie. Only person I would
We got to start adding the from Chicago part of it too. I want to know, like,
Oh,
if they
from
not.
Chicago.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying, but if you move from Chicago, then you don't count, right?
Right. Well, that's right.
He's active in Chicago.
Active in Chicago. That's what I said. Because again,
now he just got me curious. Like, what are they moving in?
Because if we going national, then that list changes like totally. Yeah.
No, but they got to be from here though.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, like, you know what I mean? I think there's a consensus. If you gave a consensus of 100 poets, and we say, who's the top poet that you love from Chicago? 80 of them gonna say K-Love. You know what I mean? But she doesn't live in Chicago anymore. Right. But like, primarily, she sets the standard.
Right.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, she dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it goes back to your list. Only two people I would, like you said, add would be she unapologetic, and like you said, Robin Bobo.
Yeah,
but that's like my favorites though. Like you said.
Yeah. She definitely. You just my words verbatim. Those faves to me. Yeah, you know what I mean? Those are faves. And both of them killers, like killers. Work ethic is what it's all about for me. That's the standard for me. You know.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's what's up though. That's what's up. So, what you doing poetry and you know what I'm saying? You got your own. You know what I'm saying? Open mics and all that. What would you say to a person that's just trying to do that's coming up? What message would you say to them?
First and foremost, find your voice, and find your voice is an umbrella, because it's not just your voice literally. I mean, like metaphorically. I mean, find your lane, find your space, find what's comfortable for you. Make that your base. And then you build off of it. Because know that opinions are gonna come with it. The more you get out there, the more negative opinions are gonna come. Still stay grounded. Be who you're supposed to be. Tell your story. Nobody can tell your story better than you.
For sure.
And the most creative thing that's unique to you, that's what you project. If you comfortable talking your shit, like if you are an erotic poet, talk your shit. You know what I mean? And don't let those that stand in the corner with their nose turned up speak you away from it. You know what I'm saying? Be comfortable being you.
For sure. That's what's up. So do you feel like it's harder to be a poet or artist, period, in Chicago than other spots? Because I know you've been other places, and you know what I'm saying? You think Chicago is like, people say Chicago is the heavy hitters, like, man.
Now, it is some mic tyrants out there. Let's be clear. Right. You want to get on some stages, you want to cipher, the hitters are here in Chicago, but let's not take away from Baltimore. Let's not take away from Philly, from ATL, because it's some writers out here. Right. It's some writers. Now, but this is a good place to. Chicago is a good place to be able to comfortably build. You know what I mean? If you can hold your own at an open mic or a showcase in Chicago, you can hold your own anywhere.
Facts. Okay.
Outside of Chicago, what's your favorite city to perform in?
Believe it or not, ATL second is Milwaukee, and then Vegas.
Elaborate a little bit on maybe why.
The way they receive the art. You know what I mean? I'm all about the art. You know what I mean? I'm all about it. So like there's never been a negative experience when I went to Milwaukee. ATL is my type of audience because I'm a love, erotic, romance, you know what I'm saying, street cat all in one person when it comes to spoken word, and those the elements they love in ATL. So like I go to ATL and set it on fire. Whereas you go to St. Louis and it's more conscious. You know what I mean? And no knock at St. Louis because they dope down there, but like I don't go to St. Louis and do an erotic poem and feel like you get the same. Yeah.
For sure. Even though Stacey Word from St. Louis, but hey.
So you basically know where your fan base is.
Yeah, I mean, I know which material to use in which demographic.
For sure. I feel that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel that. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. We were a poet that I saw you with, that a poet that I fuck with. Talk a little bit more about Ken Jones.
So
like how y'all guys like, you know what I'm saying, met up and
I
was so excited when I seen it. I'm like, damn, two of my favorite poets like are together. That was decent.
We linked online. We talked, you know what I'm saying, realized we shared similar idealism, similar passions and all that. And then he came to Chicago with the Right About Now movement. Shout out Right About Now. They based in Houston, one of the viral platforms that really gets down on the spoken word side. He came with them, and we actually physically talked that day. And it was the first time us seeing each other live. You know, one thing is to see a clip of somebody, you know what I mean, or they drop their hottest line and they got some views or whatever. But to actually see somebody command the stage and get
Michael Jordan in person.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He got up on the stage and he made me side eye. Like I was like, oh, okay, you nice with it for real. Right. And he did the same thing. He was like, oh, bro. Let's lock this in. So he does a show called Laugh the Pain Away every third Friday in Philly. So we linked up, talked about, laid out the details of how we're gonna make it work. And I booked that show with him, then I did another show. So I was in Philly for the weekend. And now I'm gonna bring him back to come rock at my show in June.
Man, I'm gonna beat up. I'm definitely beat up, man. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Ken Jones, man. We gonna get you on the show too, bro. For real. But yeah, man, he funny as hell too.
Yeah.
That nigga funny as shit. For real. That's what's up though.
Anybody else you enjoy collaborating with, or have you collaborated with anybody else in the past?
Oh man, collaboration, what it's all about. So many. One thing I'm proud of. And I just want to put it out there as this is why I said I put myself in the top 5, because not many people could say this. There is every major city that I could think of, I can make a phone call, and there's a heavy hitter in that city that I can bond with and say, hey, I need to come to Vegas. What you got going on? So. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to come rock with you on this day. I'm going to set up a couple shows. Hey, you know what? I'm coming. I'll be down in Orlando. What's happening? Yeah, I'll be down there in a couple of days. So like Real the Truth in Vegas, Cosmic Cadence and Hell Branch in Arizona, Lorenzo Frank in LA, Talam in LA, Talam AC, Kwame Nixon in Milwaukee, Tracy Stanton, T-Spirit in St. Louis, Mo Poetry in Cincinnati, Masterpiece in Dallas, Amir in Houston. Like every major city, there's a connection. And I can't say all those poets can say they can do that. You know what I mean?
That's 100% true.
Poets, hip hop artists, that's amazing. Man. So this poetry definitely took you around the country.
Oh yeah. 22 of the 50 states.
So you think people can call you and do the same thing though?
Yeah, they do.
Right. Okay.
That's the part. Like when it comes to when I speak of myself, like I don't want to big up myself.
Come on now, that's what we do. We're
gonna talk our shit. We're gonna talk it. Like truth of the matter is, I am a plug in the city. You know what I mean? And when somebody want to come, they either reach out to me, they reach out to Geronimo, or they reach out to Eros. You know what I mean? And
shout out to Eros.
Like that's kind of how it be. Like, hey, bro, we'll be in the city. What's going on? Okay, cool, we got you.
For sure. I gotta get bro on the show too, man. Yeah, for real. So he can talk his shit too, man. For real. For sure. That's what's up, man. So I want to go into some football, man. I know you a football fan, right?
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, you a Bears fan, but you know what I'm saying? That's all good.
You sound like a Packers fan.
Unfortunately, you from the east side of Chicago.
Hey, that don't mean nothing, man. I can still have my own team, can I?
Bruh.
Come on, man.
Outside of the Bears, yeah.
Anyway, so how you feel about the moves they made?
I feel like we were a mediocre team last year with a few bad plays away from being a good team.
Facts.
And I feel like we upgraded coaching, we upgraded offensive line, we upgraded defensive line, we upgraded scheme, and now our quarterback, which is the focal point of the team, is going to be a year more acclimated to the system. So I feel like we just leapfrog to the head of the division.
So you feel like they cover all of the things they was missing last year?
I would say they addressed every major issue that I felt like we had.
They did, though. I can't even stand on that.
Like from the defensive, like we weren't tough in the trenches. Like we was few gimmick plays where people could run down our throat and you know what I'm saying. And then we couldn't run down nobody's throat it was like. But we went and got power runners, and now we got people who can rush the passer and stop the run. So. You know, our defensive backs was decent last year. The problem was we didn't get no pass rush. So now we upgraded pass rush.
Yeah, playoffs.
Oh, I'm definitely feeling playoffs.
Okay, that's what's
Hey,
up.
James, don't get on a Bears bandwagon when we up either, bro.
Man, look, I'm gonna tell you
it's
this.
documented right here, right now.
I'm gonna tell you this. This James acting up in the crib. Soon the Bears go to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be right there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yes, sir.
Be right there, man. I'm from Chicago.
I'm gonna take a shot with you.
Come on, man.
I'm gonna take a shot with you just because you owned up to it.
Come on, man. Ain't gonna lie to you.
Take that shot there, man. Take them shots, man.
Yeah,
take them shots, man.
Garrett,
the
look,
Bears going to the Super Bowl.
for sure. Cause this how the franchise of the Bears is. Man, that was a big shot, but anyway, it's to the franchise of the Bears is. If we win anytime, man, my lifetime, I ain't gotta worry about nothing ever winning again. That's how the franchise is. If we win anytime soon, we straight forever. And they finna boost the fucking everything finna be good for the Bears from now on.
Because everybody else that got one since the 90s,
Right.
since the Bears.
That's just like with the Dallas Cowboys. If they win again, they never gotta win no more until 2040.
Yeah, well, winning it and going to it and be a part of it is one thing. Like I feel like teams like Dallas get more respect than they deserve because they ain't won in forever either.
Exactly, but they get into the playoffs though.
See, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Being part of that big dance, that big playoff push, that's important. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this: the year that we lost to the Eagles, you think we was kind of close to going?
Oh, we were the team. We would have beat. Was it the Rams that was next?
Yeah.
We would have beat anybody except the Eagles, and because the way we was built,
Right.
like we had all the elements. Like that was just a bad matchup for us.
Yeah.
Sometimes matchups just don't work. I feel like we was at least NFC title game headed that year. Definitely, I felt like for
Man,
real.
I can't believe you missed that motherfucking field goal. That's crazy.
Double doink. I was just like, man, we should go and head outside his crib and give him 50 to the eye. Blink starting over.
Man, it's crazy. I forgot about that until a couple of days ago. I seen the clip. I'm like, that's crazy because the Eagles went to the Super Bowl that year and won, and we was a field goal away from beating them.
Yeah.
Damn.
We was evenly matched with the Eagles. It was just their scheme didn't work for what we did. Like they was just a bad matchup for us. Like for real.
Right, for sure. I'm gonna say it right here. I don't know if you're gonna agree. 3 more years, we'll be there.
I can see 3 years. I can see 2 years, honestly, because I feel like this year is going to be the testing ground.
Right, eye open.
And then, but I don't see any team that's a powerhouse in the NFC that we won't be able to match up with for the next 2 years. Yeah.
And I think that Washington, they're gonna be on their ass this year, so we're gonna see what they do. Because last year I feel like they was under the radar. They ain't really know he was a rookie quarterback, but this year they finna be on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
This gonna be the year to see if he gonna really be good. He got Debo though, so we gonna see.
Yeah, they only put weapons around him.
Yeah.
What they did was enhance what they already could do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Who you seeing in the Super Bowl this year?
I want to see some new blood. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna step out there and say I want to see a Detroit in the Ravens. the team
like
that I wanted to
I
see.
said that.
Like I want to see some physical teams that's black and blue with it. You know what I'm saying? Though, you know, power run. You know what I'm saying? Smash mouth football kind of team. Yeah.
But unfortunately, you know, we got the Chiefs, so I got to go Chiefs, and I think Detroit this year. You heard it here first.
It's over with for the Chiefs. Chiefs had their moment. It's over with.
Detroit and Chiefs. Y'all made my boy mad at the Super Bowl. He finna come back and be even better.
He might lose in the first round this year.
That's how that should be too, though. Like, damn, this nigga ain't never going back. But yeah, man. So, it's been stuff going around with the NBA about Anthony Edwards, and I don't know if you heard about him. You know what I'm saying, impregnating a female. What's your take on that?
This is one of those things.
Let me ask you this first though. I heard that he went to the courts and said that he don't want to have nothing.
He don't want visitation.
He can do that?
Yeah, he could give up his parental rights. He could do that. My problem with it is.
So that means he ain't got to pay child support?
Right. That's right.
He has to pay child support.
Okay.
The law states the minute it was found out that he was established that he was the father, then she gets custody, but he has to supply financial support.
That's even some more sucker shit. So you still gotta pay, and you ain't gonna be a daddy.
But you rich though.
So be a daddy.
I am one of those fathers that stands on it. I'm a man 100%, love my kids, my you know what I'm saying? I get that. My issue with this whole scenario is the hypocrisy in it. It's we can't tell a woman what to do with her body, when and where to do it, right? Right. So it's her choice, right? It's her choice. Now, okay, respect. So she and I can both choose to have unprotected sex, be irresponsible, whatever. We can both say, hey, we don't want to have this baby. She can go to I give you the money to go to the clinic to pay for the abortion. And she can say, nope, I don't want to. I'm gonna keep the money and I'm gonna make you child support. To me, that's bogus as hell. It's absolutely, it's wrong. It's wrong.
Agree. So, I agree with that.
When I think Dave Chappelle said, he was just like, if you got the right to whether you want to kill him or not, I can at least abandon this motherfucker. You know, it's crass and it's a little rude, but it's the truth. At some point, there is no choice for the man, none. And to me, he's reckless because he's done it multiple times. Facts. Like it's 2 or 3 women with the same story, I believe. And that is not okay. But if it was a scenario in which he said, hey, I don't want no kids, and we ain't doing it, and then she said, okay, but then she changed her mind, then the responsibility is her body, her choice, right? So she has to make that decision. Yeah, that's true. That's 100%
yeah, and
true.
I mean, what you saying, he still got to pay child support. It's just like, you might as well, because I agree with what you're saying. I'm not like an advocate for abortion. I kind of stay away from it. But if you ask me, like, I'm not really with it because you made the decision to do what you did. But if you mega rich, come on, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I get it. You like at that point, he should want to take care of his responsibilities. I get that. Like again, I'm not advocating that he's right. I'm saying I just don't appreciate the way the system.
For sure.
Not only the system, but the people too. How the community react to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That little girl gonna be 10. He gonna look at her, that precious little girl, and regret this thing.
And then you gotta look at when you having sex. It's an intimate thing, period, anyway. So when y'all fucking and you ain't got no condom, y'all doing this and you none in the motherfucker, G, you know what's finna happen, bro.
Yeah, it
he might not have super let off. It could have been some pre-situation. Condom could have broke.
She could have did it. Like she was like, hey, get up. She like, nah. That could happen. That's true. It's happened. Yeah, it's happened. That's happened to me before. Yeah.
The baby here, so hey.
Right. I just feel like if it's the scenario you saying, shorty bogus as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you. And he telling you he don't want it. and y'all agreed not to do it.
And she went to another state too, I heard, allegedly. I wasn't there obviously, but I heard she went to another state where the child support to be higher.
Wow. Now
That's
I
kind
don't
of going
know those
his
details, but like that shows how
Again,
treacherous
allegedly.
she is at that point.
Yeah. And Jen, motherfuckers trying to get rich. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know what I'm saying? When I blow up, man, I'm finna be still cracking, you know what I'm saying, the Shaquita Bulls and all that. I know they gonna be cool with me, you feel me? I ain't finna go off with the models and all that, man. That's the ones that try to get you. I don't know why niggas don't understand that. But yeah, that's a different story for another day, you know, in the crib.
Yes, sir.
But, so, talk about the Stephen A. Smith and the LeBron James thing. What's your take on that, man, as a father?
Again, I love these questions, bro, because you touching the stuff that's real. Like,
For sure.
I'm gonna be honest on it. My initial take on it, I actually recanted because when I heard the different perspectives, because I was emotional about it at first, and that from an emotional standpoint, I was just standing with LeBron. Like, hey, Joe, don't address my child. Talk to my kid. You gonna see me. You know what I'm saying? And Stephen A., he is one of those cats who believes in talking shit about the brothers. So like he get paid to do that. You know what I mean? Now, the reality of it is, when I heard it from a few different objective standpoints, I had to say he did ask for it.
Paraphrase some of the things you heard for us so we can kind of get the context.
Like my little brother said, hey, so why he ain't run up on Barkley when Barkley said the same thing? And Aaron Spears said, he was like, he's making him a hypocrite because remember when LeBron got into it with the whole Celtic squad and his mama got into it and LeBron told his mama, sit your ass down. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a man, I can handle this. Like, so LeBron, you the same brother that said your son deserves to be, my son could play in this league right now by himself. So if you got him in a position where he is, that he's a professional player, he's being paid to discuss basketball. And what Stephen A. said, he discussed his basketball. He didn't discuss him as a young man. He didn't say, Bronny ain't got no sense or whatever. He said, hey, bro, he 0.4 points, 0.
What he say about every other basketball player.
He got paid to do his job. So
For
at that point, I'm like, yeah, he right. You know what I mean? Again, my initial take was, hey, bro, stop talking about the man's seed, you know what I mean? Because I'd be the same way about mine, because that was a father talking. In the end, he in the big boy league, so you got to take the big boy critique.
Exactly.
You got to take the big boy critique.
See, what people don't understand in this situation is, I feel like they don't understand the mental of Bronny. He just had a heart attack.
Do that mean he exempt from
It don't mean, but I'm just saying, as a dad, he just had a heart attack.
So LeBron is being protective.
It's a different situation. And I don't think it's LeBron. I think it's his wife.
No, LeBron.
I think his wife don't let them talk to your son like that.
Stephen A., when he said, he was just like, his initial take on it was, he was just like, he addressed me, but it wasn't LeBron James, the basketball player. It was LeBron James, the father.
Exactly.
Now, again, I have a son that has autism. My oldest child has autism. He's an adult man. He's a full grown man, but address him any kind of way, then you gonna see me. Period. Point blank. I don't give a fuck what the scenario is. You gonna see me. Now, and that is how I initially responded, and that's why I understood LeBron. Because at the end of the day, that's my seed.
That's fair. Your situation is totally different, and he really just taken away from Bronny. Like, if Bronny has an issue with Stephen A. is saying, Bronny can post or address. Like, Bronny is an adult, and you got to let him spread his wings. You know what I'm saying? Like, your son need that support, right? And if it's a situation he can handle his own and you around, you might peep to see how it, right? But at the same time, your son ain't signed up to play with professional athletes.
That's why I said my initial feelings was I was just standing with LeBron, but then when I heard the objective side of it, I was like, you're right. Like he walked into this, so he got to be able to handle it on his own.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because Bronny might not even be tripping.
I agree with what y'all saying. But at the same time, I do get where LeBron coming from. I'm not going to lie. With me having heart issues myself and being a father, I understand where he coming from.
You think he could have texted him to save face for a son? He had to do it like that?
It's not about that. That's why I feel like it's a family thing, bro. I don't feel like it's just LeBron. It's his wife. It's everybody that felt like, damn, my son almost lost his life. Y'all
So
don't understand
she said, hey, babe, go tell him in front of everybody.
go check him on national TV.
And she could have went to go check him.
I don't think it was like those exact words. But at the same time, he went home like, babe, what? You see what I did?
He got that man number. He could have.
Fuck you talking about? It's beyond that, bro. I agree with y'all though, but I do feel it though. At the same time, I feel that heat that LeBron came from.
Well, stay in the G League and stop traveling with the team. Man.
You right. But at the same time, I'm LeBron James. I can do what the hell I want to do. And I stopped this game and tell this nigga, don't talk about my son. Fuck you talking about?
That's fair. Hey, I hear you, King.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. You feel me? And I got, you know what I'm saying, Bryce for that other shit. You feel me? Bronny, I already know. You feel me? He really ain't
What, Bryce
supposed
the
to be
shoot for the other shit? Was he the shooter? Bryce gonna roll down?
Nah, he ready for the league.
Okay.
Bronny, I want him to be in the league. And I'm going to do whatever I can to get him in the league. Even though, I know he ain't supposed to be here, but I don't give a fuck. He going to be on my team, too.
You succeeded.
Fuck you talking about.
Hey, I ain't mad at him.
Hey, white motherfuckers do it all the time.
Listen.
In business, in corporate, all
Hey,
types
I
of
ain't
shit.
knocking-
You got the type
knocking
of
the
authority
nepotism.
where you can use your power to make it easier for your child, then you should.
I ain't knocking that particular form of nepotism because of what you said. I don't agree with nepotism particularly. You know, if you can't raise your son up to be able to take over the spot and step in your shoes, then the dude that worked hard to deserve it, I believe deserve it. But I believe Bronny could hoop, and I believe he deserve a shot. So I ain't mad at LeBron for whatever he had to do, 55th pick, whatever. You feel me?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what, you know what I'm saying? It's hard being a parent, G. Not finna stunt you. It's very hard being a parent, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's no right or wrong answer to none of the things that we try to do.
Oh, it's a wrong answer.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a wrong answer.
It's super wrong, of course. But it's, you know what I'm saying? As a parent,
There's
you
no
try your best.
guideline. It's a trial and error along the way. Yeah.
For sure.
I agree.
But yeah, man, it's a slippery slope when it comes down to it, man. So how you feel about the industry and shit, like the movies and like how you feel about that, man?
What part of it? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hollywood shit, yeah, like
Man.
it's all fucked up.
Yeah, Hollywood is some sucker shit, Joe. Like it is. It's literally the. Anthony Mackie just said it. Like on some I saw today. He was just like, it ain't always about the hard work. It's about who's you gonna be chosen. Like just because you work hard, you do this, you do that, don't mean that you're gonna get the opportunity. It's gonna be somebody else saying, you know what? It's your turn.
Shout out to Anthony Mackie, because that was the best thing he ever said.
Man,
I don't really even like dude like that. But that quote right there, I'm like, damn, okay, what you been drinking some smart juices? Like,
yeah, because
he know because he got chose.
Yeah, right. Because he spoke and he was like he did all these films. He did major pictures. He did whatever. Now he's Captain America, just out of the blue. You know what I mean? Yeah.
He kissed a man.
Yeah.
He kissed a man. And now he's Captain America. Shout out to Anthony Mackie.
He said, I mean, I agree with that too, though, but at the same time, he had a decent little take on it, though. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And in all fairness, Falcon did eventually become Captain America.
In the comic books, I know.
You know what I'm saying? But dude did do that, and then Bucky was supposed to be Captain America first. I ain't saying that that's the exact reason, but you know, those two things happen, and two things can be true. So.
Yeah.
The way he said, "Cap on your right,
On your left.
on your cap on your left." Like I ain't like the way he like did that.
Man, that was a reference back to two movies prior, 3 movies prior actually. That was at the beginning of Winter Soldier.
Right.
When he came in, he was running the laps around the Lincoln Memorial, and he was just like, on your left. On your left. So that was his way of getting back to him, like, Cap, on your left. Yeah.
Oh, good shit. I ain't realized that tonight.
Bro, I'm a comic book head, so I remember all the stories. Yeah.
I just didn't like he was all on this white man dick. But it's neither here nor there.
Yeah, that was the point of the role. That was the point of the role.
It was just a little too much for me. You feel me? With that shit he said, though. Like he said, what now what, though? You Captain America did now what, though?
Yeah,
he still ain't got.
He reached the peak of what could happen with the MCU with Marvel. Like you going from Falcon to Captain America is.
So now he should have some movie. Excuse me. Now he should have some movies where he the lead role. He should be an A-lister moving forward. Like everything else, he should get on his Will Smith time. You feel me? Like he got that opportunity. I don't know if he good. Actor? I think he's a good actor. Absolutely.
I think he's decent. Like I don't think he would be top tier. I think he would be second tier. Right. Like he's decent. Okay. Yeah.
He can act though. Like. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Like he took some roles he wasn't Chadwick. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't Chadwick, but like he deserved this. He deserved some of the work he's getting. He deserved it.
Yeah, we ain't want to see him be Tupac.
Nah,
we ain't want to see that. You know.
Wow. Yeah, that was. I didn't believe that Tupac at all.
At all.
Call him one Pac.
Papa Doc was cool. Tupac, I don't know.
Like Eagle Dollar trying to be Tupac and shit. Like what the hell? Shit crazy, man. That shit don't make what up and coming like things you got coming up.
I'm working on the release of my 4th book. Okay. I'm making it I'm also adding a spoken word EP to it. So like that's the part I'm working on. The manuscript for the book is done. But what I'm gonna do is I'm recording these 5 tracks, and I'm gonna add a QR code to the book. So when you purchase the book, you get in the album as well. That's what I'm working on. It should be done. I want to have it done June-ish. You know what I mean? Be released by June, so I'm gonna have it done in the next couple of weeks. Man, also, I didn't mention earlier, I have a streaming platform channel that I own on Roku. It's called OMTV, Open Mic Television. It's free to download, but if you want to support the channel, it's only $2 a month. And what we do is all the content, from different artists. If you got a video you want up there, or you got skits you want up there, if you want you got short film, independent documentaries, things like that, we stream it all on our platform on Roku. We designed that during the pandemic when the open mics got shut down. Right. It was like, man, I don't want to be in the house no more, but what we gonna do? So we designed to keep the open mic going because everybody was on their TVs hard then. Right. And I'm working with my partner, daughter Mickey. She's gonna be putting out a book. So those the next things that kind of got my attention.
For sure, that's what's up, man. Man, I want to tell you, like, I'm very proud of you, man. I love to see what you're doing, man. It's very inspiring, and you know what I'm saying. Appreciate
respect,
you
brother.
on the show.
Yes, sir.
Respect,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying. Another great episode with your boy. Shout out to my mans. You know what I'm saying. In the dark, but never in the dark. You feel me? Another episode of James. Tell everybody your tags before we get up out of here.
Man, hood raised everywhere. No crazy spelling, just HOODRAISED. Hood raised poetry on Instagram. Hood raised on TikTok. Hood raised 1000 on YouTube. But everything is all about being raised by the hood. You dig?
Man, that's what's up. But another great episode. I'll let your boy, man.
Peace and blessings, everybody. This is Hood Raised, Team at Ease General in the crib with James Acting Up. Make sure y'all like, comment, then subscribe. We need to see y'all. You dig?